Hi everyone, this is Mike Gorin here, and I'm taking a quick break from my perfect playthrough of Final Fantasy VI Advance to do a perfect playthrough of a Sega Genesis game in time for April Fools. God, this game sucks. I'll get to it a bit, but basically perfect playthrough conditions involves beating the game with every item available. I am Alex Kidd, live on the planet Ares. My brother, Egul, is king. Frankly, my life was uneventful, but then I heard a rumor. My lost father, King Thor, was alive on the planet Paper Rock. Why is it named Paper Rock? Because there is an expert at... Because everyone there is an expert at the game called Paper Rocks... Rock, paper, god damn it, rock, paper, scissors. If a visitor is no good at that game, he won't last long. That's right. Certain opponents, you lose rock, paper, scissors, you die. My family didn't want me to go, but I have to find out, is my father still alive? What do you think? Wow, this plot, even by early platforming game standards, the plot is stupid. And yes, you have to play rock, paper, scissors to get pretty much all the items in the game. Thankfully, perfect playthrough conditions do not involve getting 9 copies of every item, because if that were the case, we'd be here for 3 hours, just grinding off enemies that respawn endlessly until you get 9 of every item. And every time you go through one of those doors, the amount of money it costs to play game rock, paper, scissors for a prize goes up, capping at 500. And you've already noticed a few reasons why this game sucks ass and why I quickly swapped to the laser punch. It's because Alex Kidd's normal attacks without the item equipped has virtually no hit detection. Which means that every single time you try to hit an opponent, punch or kick an opponent, you're rolling the dice to see if you actually hit the damn enemies. You also notice something else, a couple other things too, on why this game sucks ass. The music here is like 30-second annoying ass loops. And every single track except for maybe the end game for the music you hear when you beat the game. Basically everything here sucks. Graphics are uninspired. And oh yeah, you slip around everywhere and you can't control your movements when you jump around. When you jump, you maintain whatever speed and acceleration you're going, and you're slipping around everywhere. This makes platforming in this game extremely tedious, and it's very, very easy to die. And this isn't even a hard game at all. It's just easy to die. Because the platforming in this game is not natural. Okay, I don't need this item quite yet. You get a couple of those free of charge later on. But I will pick this one up. You know, there aren't a lot of places to get that staff. Each item does something different. The crown that allows you to shoot lasers. They're literally, that thing never goes away, and neither do any of the vehicle-based power-ups. However, if you get hit by anything with those vehicles, you lose that vehicle. It depletes from your inventory. However, the other power-ups outside of the lasers and the vehicles, they basically, how should I say it? How should I say this? I don't know why I'm grinding off for the money. I guess it's just for insurance sake. Because once I get all the items, at least 2 copies of a couple of the items I'm worried about potentially losing. Like the cape there, which I don't have. God damn it. Okay. Are you annoyed yet with the music? Goddamn music. I mean, the bare basics and how this game controls is just putrid. Like, it's not the worst controlling game I play on the Sega Genesis. I think I tried giving Dark Castle a go, and I just completely gave up on it. Why did I give up on Dark Castle? Controls were so freaking bad. Like, everything James Rolfe said about that game, save for one tiny detail, was true. This almost feels like a potential nerd episode, I imagine. Why? Because, except, I don't know, is the game really that bad? I honestly don't think so. It is bad, but it's more like a 4 out of 10 kind of bad. Not one of the 10 worst games on the platform. I can definitely imagine some people out there getting a really good handle on how this game controls. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you something. This was basically done in one take because of the rewind function on my emulator. I don't own the game on the Sega Genesis, and normally I don't use the rewind feature or record myself using the rewind feature. This game's literally available on platforms that come with platforms and collections that come with a rewind feature anyways. And I actually would recommend, if you play this game, to play this game on one of those compilation things. Because this game is kind of cheap. And badly designed. It's like a stupid version of Mario where you have to beat all the bosses by playing rock, paper, scissors. And keep in mind, a couple of those power-ups, like the helicopter, are mandatory. Alright, here's the helicopter. Alright. We're almost all the power-ups right now. By the way, each door... Oven levels on this. You know, once I get all the power-ups, I'm just going to make a beeline for the end to the end of the game. Honestly, when you have the laser fist, the underwater level isn't that bad. Okay, I'm not killing this thing, so I must be doing something wrong. I want to be careful not to get hit by this thing. Alright. Good. And that octopus is guarding an entrance to one of these. Alright, we got the cape. The cape, actually... I guess you could say transparent or invincible. Basically, objects that would hurt you don't anymore. Problem is, once you turn it off, the power up you lose the power up. I think it even expires after a certain period of time as well. I think we only have one more power up left to collect. This stage doesn't have it, so I don't know that. I just looked at the map and realized that there really aren't any secrets, and some of those chests are just filled with bombs, and the ones that aren't worth going after. Watch for the anti-line pits. Those black boxes are like bouncing blocks. Alright. Alright. So I need one more item, and this item luckily is a freebie. And you get a couple of those as freebies very easily. And we got like 5 jelly donuts. Guess that means this is symbolic representation that this is level 6. Well, level 5 actually. You start with a jelly donut. Yeah, those jelly donuts must be great. Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut. Oh, here's the item! There we go. They're not gonna use that item. I don't know what most of the items outside the vehicles and the laser fists do. I know that the cape makes you transparent. I don't know what the rod does, I don't know what the necklace does. You know, I'm going after those chests, but again, it ain't worth the headache trying to get those. Alright, and we are nearing our first boss. Yeah, halfway through the game, roughly, and we just fought our first boss. And this is a best of 3, by the way, so... And unfortunately, during these bosses, you can't skip this and just go straight to the rock, paper, scissors things. If you lose, you die. So, yeah, that's freaking retarded. That's fucking stupid. Whether or not you successfully beat a game or not is entirely RNG based. Like, you can get a great handle on how this game is played, but if you lose rock, paper, scissors to these bosses, you die. Have to start all the way over from the beginning of the level. Like, why do that? Oops. And yes, every single thing will kill Alex Kidd in one hit. Alright. Check it and make sure I have everything. Oh, I think I grabbed the wrong chest. I meant to grab the one with burying the ground with the extra life because it's free. I thought that the one I passed had the bombs and this one had the life. Even though you can look at the maps, they don't tell you what's in any of the chests or behind the doors. But the items in those doors are set, and here's yet another boss. Luckily, this is just best of one. Fortunately, I still can't skip the rock, paper, scissors portion of the dance. Oops. Now, I believe one of these doors has a cape, and I want to grab a second cape. Really, the reason why getting 9 copies of every item isn't necessary is, number one, that involves literally farming for a shit ton of money. And number two, there's no save feature in this game, so there's really no point in maxing out on inventory. There's really no point in maxing out on lives. Lives come easy in this game, so yeah. And yes, they literally reused a level in level 1 for no freaking reason. The 2 levels are also carbon copies, but at least they play differently enough. Unfortunately, this is when the game's slippery controls become a big problem. So far things aren't too bad. I just hate the fact that you basically have no control over Alex Kidd when he jumps. Also, killing those old men is virtually impossible. If you do kill them, they basically leave you alone until they inevitably respawn. Alright, here's like the 3rd boss in the last 4 stages, and then they just disappear until the very end of the game. Yeah, this game is just pitifully easy yet cheap. And this is probably the 2nd worst level. This is one of the absolute worst levels of the game, because this is literally a vertical stage where you have to climb up these rocks on these small-ass platforms, some of which have hit boxes underneath while others don't. And oh yeah, you don't. And yeah, the hit detection is really janky. I should note too that this is one of 7 launch titles for the Sega Genesis, alongside Alter Beast, Super Thunder Blade, and Tommy Lasorda Baseball, which I already did perfect playthroughs on. And the other 3 games I didn't do perfect playthroughs on are, let me see, Thunder Force 2, I'm trying to think. How the hell am I supposed to know those rocks and that wizard were gonna come down there? Seriously, I'm just trying to get on top of the ledge. I keep slipping off. That's why I use the rewind feature, because if I didn't do that, I'd be using like a 50 billion save states. This would become more work than play. I just wanted to play something for relief's sake. Thank God there's no boss. But then we get to the Alps. How it works, this is the reason why I do not use the helicopter at all. And that's the way this fucking thing controls. First of all, you have to constantly be pressing the A and C buttons to keep pedaling. Then you press and hold up to stay up, or go left and right in order to steer. By the way, if you actually stop pedaling for any reason, it's almost impossible to keep things going, even if you're constantly pressing the buttons. I don't get the way this game, how this copter thing is supposed to control, and I hate it. Also, its hitbox is huge, which means enemies don't have to touch you, and you'll fall to your death. But good riddance to that fucking rubbish. Now for this fucking maze. And this took quite a bit of trial and error, to the point that I actually had to use a save state here. And this stage is long, almost half as long as the rest of the game, because it's just so huge. There's no quick and easy way through at this stage, outside of exploiting a bunch of hit detection bugs that I don't quite understand how to use. I think I used the hitbox bug once early in this playthrough, but you know, I hesitated too long and failed to realize I just exploited the hitbox, so I just fell through. You know, luckily those blocks allow you to just jump infinitely. This took me 3 tries to record something that I was proud of. First time I wound up deleting my save file, which is why I was prompted to use another save, to use a second or in this case third save state. However, the first save state was after the introduction. The second save state was the entire game up to this point. The third save state's for the final level. Yeah, and I think I'm good to go in terms of power-ups. Now, as I was saying, the other launch titles for the Sega Genesis were Alter Beast, Super Thunder Blade, Tommy Lasorda Baseball, and then Alex Kidd. Those are all launch titles that that I did perfect playthroughs on. There was also Thunder Force 2, Last Battle, and I forgot what the other one is. It's off the tip of my tongue. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's one more. There's one more. I'm trying to think what it could be. Oh, Space Harrier 2. And, I have not played Thunder Force 2 at all. I have tried playing Last Battle, and that game is just hot garbage. You think Alex Kidd is bad? Try playing this game at a really sluggish pace, with no means of recovering your health once it's lost, and you get 1 life and 0 continues, and you have to clear every single stage and every single pathway in the game. Absolutely no fucking way I'm gonna subject myself to that torture. I might throw it a bone when I cover the 1989 games, or at least the launch titles. Quickly, you know, if I do like a brief summary of what the launch is like, but Last Battle is just bad. Worst game of 1989 as far as the Genesis goes, easily. As you can see, I've been using the rewind feature quite a bit in this stage. Alright, that wasn't the most ideal setup, but at least I can actually make it to the next part. Alright, and I want to be careful. Don't want to go over there where these soldiers are. I'm going to go down. And keep going down. Don't need care for the chest. Flip the switch. Come on. There we go. Gotta beat the mouse. Go down there so we can actually kill this thing uninterrupted. Oop. Nope, you can't use the motorcycle here. That's freaking stupid. Oh well, this wasn't too bad. I don't believe this stage gives you another motorcycle, so I have to take care of it. And an unusual hard time at this section as well. But we are about ready to wrap things up. Also having a difficult time with this section. Not sure why. Alright, I think what happened there was that my keyboard keys got stuck. So Alex Kidd would just keep going through the same motions, regardless of what I wanted to do. And the collapsing ceiling there is deadly to the touch, because of course it is. Pretty much everything. There really isn't a single thing that won't kill Alex Kidd in one hit. The only way to get to get an extra hit, to get extra protection, is with a vehicle. Right here. And this is supposed to be a shortcut, what I'm about to use. And I just can't freaking steer him, so, you know, this is a little more common sense approach here. And yes, Alex Kidd is supposed to be a monkey. Like a monkey, like the Monkey Prince from Journey, like the Monkey King from Journey to the West. He's supposed to be like that. I think I should have just used the cape. Since, you know, that's the reason why I got 2 of them. And one of those nope, this one will kill you, so... There we go, that's the one, right. And this is another best of 3. Except you actually get an actual boss fight out of this. By the way, to change your hands, you press either up or down. You jump pressing A or C, and you just punch with B. By the way, you can also jump and kick, though I don't know how that works. I'm supposed to lose. And you actually get an actual boss fight out of this. Alright, let the fist come loose. Alright. And yeah, this guy was free. As far as that's the reason why all the bosses are rock, paper, scissors. Because this guy was a cakewalk. Oh, you like paper walk? I'm not supposed to visit, right? Yeah, you look angry though. Asher, be good from now on. I've learned my lesson now. And yes, that is literally the plot. Alex's father, Thor, hadn't been kidnapped by Ashura. He was actually using Ashura as a servant. And literally sick those bosses at Alex Kidd just for shits and giggles. Yeah, Thor looks really happy. That's why he looks angry in this portrait. Yeah, if it turned out that my dad decided to unleash a bunch of enemies that wanted to kill me, and even with rock, paper, scissors with high stakes, and just for the fun of it, I would be pissed and would go for his head. But anyways, good riddance to bad rubbish. I think this is the end. This is Mike Gorin, sign out.